Welcome back to Let's Automate This. Today I'm going to show you guys how to set up Claude Code. I have a MacBook, so a lot of this is going to apply to the MacBook. So if you're not a coder like me, don't have any tech background, and you've been hearing so much about Claude Code and you want to dive and jump right into it, I'm going to show you how to set that up right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Claude and you're going to make sure that you're signed up on one of these plans. Now, it's important to know that the free plan is not going to come with Claude Code. You got to go with the Pro or the Max. As you can see, you have the $17 annual plan, but it's $20 a month if you do it monthly. You get everything in the free plan: more usage, Claude Code, co-work, access to unlimited projects, documents, access to research, use more Claude models, Claude Excel, which is really good, and Claude for PowerPoint, which is really good as well. And then on a max plan, you get all of that combined, plus 5 times or 20 times more usage plan, depending on, how you set it up. Higher output limits, tasks, early access to advanced features, and then priority access to high traffic time. So next thing you want to make sure that you have set up is a IDE. There's a bunch of ways you can use Claude Code. You don't necessarily need this specific IDE. This is just the IDE that I'm using, and this is the one that I just want to make sure that I recommend because this is the one that I'm using, and this is the one that's going to be in the tutorial. I don't want to tell you something that I don't know. I'm just going to give you the information that I do know. So the first thing you want to make sure that you do is set up Claude Code. You got to be on the Pro plan or the Max plan, and then you got to have an ID if you really want to dive deep into it. And there's a bunch of different ones. There's VS Code, Cursor is the one that I'm using. So whatever you're comfortable with, and then you're able to use Claude Code on different platforms as well on the web. But I'm gonna just show you how you can use it on your MacBook or just have a software developer on your computer. The next thing that you want to do that I really want to highlight is make sure that you have voice control on your MacBook. The reason why I say this is just a tip, because you're going to be seeing a lot of tutorials on YouTube, a lot of people just speaking to Claude Code, and you're like, how are they doing that? Now, there's different ways. Again, there's different platforms, but for certain IDEs, when you're doing Claude Code in the terminal, that voice feature isn't really set up yet. So you're going to have to figure out a creative way. A lot of people are asking Claude Code to design a transcription app for them, and maybe even using ChatGPT. But if you have a MacBook, you could just use voice control and it works just as fine. Once you have those two set up, you want to install it on your MacBook, install it on your computer, and then just run the program. So now I am in Cursor. This is what you're going to see when you first open everything up. And then really it's just you starting your project from here. So let's go to open project. And right now, I'm just gonna test. I'm gonna just do a test because I don't want to go into my old projects, just so you guys can see what it looks like when you open a fresh project. So right now, there's nothing going on, right? On the right side, this is the agent that's within Cursor, which is really great. This is gonna help you build without using so much tokens. This is going to be the main dashboard, the main screen here. And on the left side is going to be a bunch of different options. What you want to do is click this top left button here, and it's going to take you to extensions. And then you're going to type in Claude Code, right? And it's going to be Claude Code for VS Code. So in the extensions, you're going to see Claude Code for VS Code, and then you're going to go ahead and install that. Once you install that, you're going to be all set up for Claude Code, and then you're going to install that into your terminal, and you're going to open that up. So I'm going to just open my terminal here. Here you see a quick shortcut that says show terminal. What's going to happen, let me come to you guys. Once you install that as an extension, it's going to go through the authentication process. You're going to have to go back into Anthropic Claude and then just sign in, and then you're going to be all set up. Then once you put Command J, the terminal is going to pop up at the bottom of the screen, and then you're gonna have to install Claude into the terminal. So for me, let me just move myself. Let me just zoom in actually. So as you can see, Claude Code is at the bottom of the screen. It's going to be at my terminal. And then this is how you actually just get started with Claude Code. You're going to be all set from there. You can start prompting, you can start talking to it using voice mode, and then you're all set with building what you need to build. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that's the basic setup of how you get Claude Code set up on your MacBook. I'm Anthony Virgo. Let's automate this.